plus
Kilogramm.
100 kilos.
Männer Bodybuilding, super
We'll
Schwergewicht,
see them come in here.
super
Look at
heavyweight.
these guys. All of them are
Prejudging Loaded Cup 2016.
Being above 100 kilo in competition condition is just so extremely rare.
It is very. You can imagine at home, and you might think, okay, 100 kilos. That doesn't sound like a lot. We're talking about 100 kilos with a body fat percentage that's almost non-existent. With water retaining, that's almost non-existent.
From Germany,
This is almost
107,
100 kilos
Tobias
of pure
Hahn.
muscle, and what else you simply can go.
From Germany, 109, Marco Detlef.
They are still between 175, 180, maybe a bit above
110 from Norway, Ole Christian Vaga.
The guy number 111 here, David
From Litauen, number 111,
a couple of years ago.
Davidas Kubinas.
He has
More
taken.
than 24, 25 years himself.
He's
From
taken a step up
Norway,
from junior to
112,
senior division.
Alexander Beken. 113 from Germany, Sergei Moser. From Belgium, 114, Kenzu Elbay.
Competitor again.
This is Kimsu Elbay, or
And we have
Belgian
from
junior competitor,
Germany,
yes.
115,
very
Kevin Wolter.
Wonderful German Kevin Wolter. And this is these guys. If we are correct in assuming that Kimsu Elbay, as we've been told, weighs about 118 kilos as he's standing up there on stage right now, that is really 118 kilos of almost pure muscle mass.
Yeah.
Which is very, very difficult to do. And as you can see, especially as we look in the middle, there's a very tall guy, of course.
Yeah.
And that just gives you a perspective as on that these guys are not. They don't reach 100 kilos by height.
No, they don't.
And you can see it as well. If you've been observant at home, you might have seen our constant, which is our judge in the red shirt. This is a guy of a pretty normal height, and as you can see, he is taller than some of the athletes.
Yeah.
To be able to get a body like that over 100 kilos must take enormous amounts of work. These guys must have worked for years to get even to get into the 100 kilo class.
Yeah, typically it takes years and years of training, and that's what makes it so amazing that we have a junior athlete up there, being one of the heaviest possibly in the class.
Yes. And this of course, bodybuilding as well is a sport where we cannot hide that this is also about natural gifts. And obviously, Kimsu Elbay, our Belgian junior, has a body made for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it would be near impossible for a guy his age to have already hit supposedly 118 kilos competition weight.
Yeah.
Here we see our first grouping of competitors. And we can see here's somewhere in really great condition. And here's our tallest guy in the middle. I believe that is the Norwegian Ole Christian Vogel, who, and this might be a situation where his height is a disadvantage because he looks a bit leaner.
Yeah, he does.
And that's definitely not because he's small.
No, not at all.
But of course you can see he probably has maybe 10 centimeters to the guy on his right. They might weigh the same thing, but he just looks taller and therefore leaner.
Yeah, if you have longer limbs, like longer arms and longer legs, you have to put that more mass on to look as big as the guy next to you.
Yes. The optimal bodybuilder is a measuring 50 and 130 kilos of pure muscle.
Yeah. What we see at the top level is most of the Olympic competitors are between 170 175 centimeters.
Thank you.
Later today, of course, we'll see Guy Cisterino, who is a meter 60 something.
Yeah.
And looks, when we see him on stage, is very good condition.
Yeah.
It looks very, very big.
Thank you. Please go.
And some of these guys, we are up in the top division. how many? Some of these guys have they maxed out? Have they maxed out their potential, or is there some of these guys where when they hit here and it doesn't matter how much they work, they'll simply just stay at this, or is there always more to put on?
Oh, it's difficult to say. Some of them might be just at the limit. They might not. It might not be impossible for them to put more size on, but it would take years to put on an optimal size. So there might be something like 500, 500 gram, 1 kilo of muscle in a year. But for a guy who's competing at 110 kilos or something like that, 500 grams, you won't even notice.
Exactly. That will make a lot more difference in the minus 80 kilo class than it would in. Of course, in the minus 80 kilo class, most of these guys cannot put on 500 grams because then they'll be in the 90 kilo class.
Our guy in the middle here looks huge too.
Yes, in the black trunks.
Yeah.
Yep. There is not a lot of space up there for men of this size.
See some guys getting corrected in their poses again.
Very interesting how our guy in the middle here chose to go left rather than go right. Is that, I would assume that's optional.
Yeah.
Is it, do you pick out before you start? You say, I want to show my left leg because the left leg looks better than the right leg?
Yeah. The typical thing is you go to your dominant side. So if you are right-handed, you go to your right side. But in the end, it's about showing your best side.
Yes.
And if you got more definition in your left side than the right side, you'll go left. And you'll also see some competitors doing one of their side pushes to the right and the other to the left, just to show off all the way around.
Definitely. So there's 6, 107, 10,
13,
and Kemsu Elbe, our junior, is in the top division. This is from France, Jorfe Karouani. This is the German Tobias Hane, the Norwegian Ole Christian Vogo, the German Sergei Moser, and our Belgian junior Kemsu Elbe, who are in this top 5. And this is the heavyweight division of bodybuilding, and these are the best guys in that division.
Yeah, we can see these guys, all these guys might not be quite as conditioned as we saw in the minus 80 kilos division earlier, but these guys are very big, and it's tough to get that condition down when you are that big.
It's very difficult to continue taking out water and taking out and maintaining a fantastic condition, and as well stay at this 110 plus kilos that most of these guys are.
Yeah. You can see some of the guys here struggling a bit too. They're shaking a bit in their poses. You see a guy on the left on his leg there.
And this is prejudging, so these are the things that the judges look for, and they go, okay, this guy is overstretching himself. Maybe he is not as fit as he would like to present himself.
See it again here.
Yes. You can see it very much. They are putting all their effort into it.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult for this to look effortless.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Size prices.
Let's say the guy on the right, our Belgium here, looks to be one of the favorites in this division. Not only is he very big, he's also very conditioned. You can see the separation in his glutes and the side here. Yeah, those
This
legs.
is very much one of the rising stars in bodybuilding.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely, because this is against competitors, very much his senior, against competitors who are really done this for a long time and really had a long time to build this muscle.
Yeah.
And for him to be less than 23 and being able to compete against these guys and beat a lot of these guys, he's at least in the prejudging exceeded all these guys who are standing on stage now.
Yeah.
Fighting for that last place in the final. It also is our junior from a couple of years ago, the Lithuanian Dubinas. These are the black trunks here on the left.
Side check.
In this shot, we can see how much the competitors are sweating out there.
Yes.
Thank you.
And of course, as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of lights on them. It's very hot up there.
As we talked about the tan, you see the guy on the left here, how the tan is starting to get a bit blurry on him.
Yes. And that's, of course, not what you want to have happen.
No, because that will hide your detail on your back.
Yes. And especially now when you're fighting for that final place in the final, this is the least opportunity, the least opportune time for your tan to go
Exactly.
tan to go wrong.
Thank you. The last front post abdominal exercise. Thank you guys. So all competitors of super heavyweight, please in the middle of the stage.
And this is your lineup for the men's bodybuilding 100 plus kilo
So ladies and gentlemen,
super
this
heavyweight
was
division, as you can also call it.
Loaded Cup.
And these are the guys that we will see
Super
later
heavyweight.
today in the final.
Thank you
We're
guys.
looking very much forward to that.
So this was the last category of prejudging.
And this was our last category, and
Loaded Cup
therefore
Group
we are close to wrapping up
We do the
our
weigh-in and
prejudging
registration
event.
for Sunday.
Our next event will be the weigh-in for
1:30.
Sunday,
Yeah.
which will take
Thank
place in, I believe, around 25 minutes time.
Information for the judges, please don't leave.
As we see our
the area.
competitors
We
leave
have
the
to
stage.
The competitors who will be weighed in later today are the men's and women's physique classes, it's
Yes.
the bikini division, and the classic bodybuilding division.